the same. Yeah, tell them it's not the same. This the podcast, and we call it not the same. Faith, culture, talking sports, get it in your brain. We might debate the golden and tell you that Jesus reigns. Then knock an episode about the part we not the same. Culture not the same, boy, I feel like Robert redeemed. And just like Robert been redeemed, glory to the King. I feel like C-Micah, this music with faith in it. Put the word on 808, I'm talking great. Steph Curry with the shot, boy, I'm talking long distance. Boy, you messing with a Grizzly, you would think I played in Memphis. We be going back and forth, this like Serena playing tennis. But it's LLC's up in this thing, that means we stand on not the same. This the podcast, and we call it not the same. Yeah, this the podcast, not the same. Yeah. Faith, culture, talking sports, get it in your brain. We might debate the golden and tell you that Jesus reigned. Then knock an episode about the part we not the same.
All right. Yo. We are back. Episode, man, what episode we on? Episode 76 of season 2 of the Not the Same Sports Show. Hosted by this one word, C-Micah, that one word, somewhere in the earth, Mr. Rob Redeem. My normal host, man, he's not going to be with us tonight, man. So it'll be just me, solo dolo, for the Not the Same podcast. Not the Same Sports Show, man. I got to get used to saying that, man. Listen, man, we glad, gracious, and very, very happy with y'all to be back with us for another Not the Same Sports Show. Listen, we got lots of sports to get into. Lots and lots of sports. So I need y'all help out. Need all y'all help tonight, man, as we dig into all these topics. I need your comments. I need your thoughts. I need your expressions. I need all that good stuff. But before we do all that, man, I need you to do what you see on the screen right about now. Number one, soon as it works, Evening Ninja. What's up, Mr. G? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you as well, D. Good to see you as well, Miss Angel. Bye. Good to see you, sis. Number one, hit that like button. Number two, hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed to Not the Same Podcast. And lastly, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we are live as we are right now. Listen, man, as I said, hello to everybody in here. D saying go to the Bears. Hey, the Bears looking decent, sis. They looking decent. I can't not even front, dog. The Bears are looking a lot better right now. 2 wins in a row. I mean, sis, straight up. When was the last time y'all had 2 wins in a row? Let's be real. Y'all looking good right now. Mr. G say go Pats. Pats looking good too, man, with a nice win this past weekend. Before we dig into all that, man, let me get into all our rebroadcasters. Number one, let's get into shout out to MTMV Sports. You know, you see him at the bottom of the screen, as my brother Rob would say. The 520 Collective, Parable Radio, His Hop Radio, and Podcast Network. Also, because that ain't it, shout out to our homies Life Show TV, as well as Life Show TV, Takeover Radio, Praise 365, RYC Praise News, Kingdom Now Network, Scooter, our brother Scooter on what that boy on? 95.5 Boost Radio. Salute to our brother Scooter, man. Everybody else who supports and rebroadcasts the Not the Same Podcast. If you would like to be a rebroadcaster of the Not the Same Podcast, I need you to go to notthesamepodcast@gmail.com, and we will work out something for you for a small fee or for free. It just depends on how we feel that day or how that woman right there waving feels. She may feel like you need to charge them one words, and I'm going to agree with her. But nah, I'm just kidding. If you want to rebroadcast the Not the Same Podcast, we will be so glad and gracious that you would do that. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, I want to do what Rob say, man. For all you sneaker peekers, even if you sneaker peeking without my boy Rob on there, I need you to do. I want to give you this. Give you applause for your sneaker peeking self. But with your sneaking peeking self, just for the day, because a one word is by itself, go on and say something. Help a one word out like all the people in the chat is doing right now. You feel what I'm saying? With that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and see what is popping and get this show to going. Appreciate everybody watching tonight, man. We're going to get into it. We may be short, we may be long. I don't know, but we're going to do this thing. Let's see what's popping. Somebody tell me what's popping. Yeah. All right, the What's Poppin' segment, we're going to start with the NFL, man. I always think the NFL is the most important sport in America. I'm sorry, Craig. Everybody loves the NFL, man. The latest news in the NFL, right quick. Let me get to this right quick. One, Browns bench. They benched my guy, Joe Flacco, who is about 1,000,000 years old. They decided to bench him. He should have been benched. Matter of fact, he should have never started. Let's be real. Why is this one word ever starting? They playing bad. They playing terrible. But here's the kicker. Shedeur Sanders still ain't finna play. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go with the little short king, Dylan Gabriel, who had played for he started at Central Florida, Central Florida first. Then he moved to Oregon, played pretty good in college, and now he's going to play for the Browns. He's going to start next week. Here's the kicker, though. Shedeur Sanders is not the backup. Joe Flacco is the backup. They ain't playing Shedeur. That's all I'm going to say, bro. I don't know what y'all think. Shedeur ain't going to play. Homeboy just ain't going to play. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to play for this team. He may play week 12, 13, 14 because the Browns season is already trash. It's already over. Massage Envy ain't getting back in the game. So, Flacco is old. Dylan Gabriel is short. He got to go out there and prove that he's not as good. But Shedeur he may get his chance one day or not. One thing I will say this about Shedeur before we move on in the NFL. Bruh, shut your mouth, dog. Shut your mouth. Every time you get a chance, you get a mic in front of your face, you get to popping off a little bit too arrogant, and you start proving to people you are exactly what they think you is. One word. Don't just play humble. Be humble, my guy. I think you can have the ability to be a good quarterback in the NFL, serviceable, where you get a couple of contracts. But you got to learn, you got to get the spirit to shut up, dog. For real, man. You ain't in Colorado no more. Sigh. Anyway, Niners rule out Purdy, man. Purdy is hurt again. The 49ers is always hurt, traditionally hurt. And I will say this, and my boy Hagan's always talk about Purdy is not good, and he is right. They played better with Mac Jones. Mac Jones that played for the Patriots, my boy Mr. G Patriots, he left the Patriots, now he's over there with the 49ers. He actually had a good game. He has less turnovers than Purdy does. Less turnovers than Purdy does, which is crazy, and played less games. But he's a more steady system quarterback. Purdy need to sit down. He got his bread, think he can do a little bit more than what he needs to be doing. Also, the Eagles continue to win. Shout out to my boy Hagan's Eagles. They are undefeated. They are doing it with short passes, running, defense. At the end of the day, people can say it's ugly, it's not fun football. A.J. Brown ain't getting a lot of catches. He don't want to, that boy's always complaining because he is a wide receiver and all they do is whine, most of them. But they are winning. We got to give it to them. Ravens, they're not looking so good, man. Lamar Jackson got injured. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying exactly what it is, but he might play Sunday. I don't think he's playing Sunday. I think they already ruled him out, to be honest, man. But the Ravens not looking that great. They kind of got a disappointing start. They're like 1-3. They're not looking very, very good. Commanders, Daniel's not going to play one more week, but he's going to play soon. And I guess that's about it, man, for the NFL. Like I said, the Bills looking very solid in the NFL right now. They looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. And the Cowboys, they had a tie. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, man. I hate ties in the NFL. We'll talk about that a little bit later, man. What are y'all thoughts on that? Let me look in these chats, man, because y'all are oh, I didn't even see this. All right, Miss G said, yeah, Shedeur need to keep quiet. I fully agree with that. Hager say Flacco definitely done. Should have stayed retired. I fully agree. D says, talking about Shedeur, he think he's his daddy. He is not his daddy, like Wifey said. Yes, you are not your daddy. Just shut up. You need to shut up, like Wifey says. Hager says, it's a reason Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. He could play the quarterback. He could play that quarterback in it. I could play quarterback in that 49er systems, as proven with Mac Jones, who was not very good for the Patriots, and now he looks decent for them. You know what I'm saying? Mr. G say press the panic button for the Ravens. Yes, I agree. Hager said my entire fantasy team is injured. Abe ain't won the game yet. Yeah, I mean, it's not good, man. Wild card at best for the Ravens. Ravens got way too much talent. We'll talk about this a little bit later, man. Ravens got way too much talent to be this trash. Like, why is you this trash? I know your defense ain't the normal Ravens defense, but, bruh, y'all are very, very much so. No. Very much so, no. I don't understand that. All right, moving right along, man. We're going to move on to the and also, I forgot about this for the NFL, man. Y'all got to forgive me. Like I said, I'm solo dolo tonight. Top 10 power rankings for the NFL. We got number 1, the Eagles. Number 2, the Bills. I forgot about this, but here we go. Number 3, the Lions. Number 4, the Rams. Number 5, the Seahawks. Number 6, the Packers. Number 7, the Bucks. Number 8, the Chargers. Number 9, the Chiefs. Number 10, the Colts. Chargers had a bad loss this past weekend. They had a bad loss. Like, that was a bad loss for the Chargers. The Chiefs looked a lot better this past weekend as they got a little bit more offensive help coming back from injury. Like I said earlier, the Eagles are the toast of the league. You know, the game is not overly pretty, but they win, period. They win, and I got to respect it. The Bills do look very, very good. The Lions, bruh. First week, me and Rob was talking about, I didn't think they was looking that good. They bounced back. Lions look like they're going to be a problem. Rams look decent too. Seahawks is okay. Packers, they started out good. I'm not sure, man, about them Packers, man. I'm not sure about them Packers. The Bucs, man, I'm still very, very impressed with their quarterback. Like I say, the Chargers, that's just a terrible loss this past weekend. And the coach, Daniel Jones, formerly for the Giants, all of a sudden looks good with an actual offensive line. That's amazing, huh? You get an offensive line, all of a sudden you look better. It's just, And like Mr. G said, you right. You right. Mr. G, he both said, and he said this earlier, see you and Rob owe the Lions apology. You know what, Mr. G, you are right. I'm going to give it to you. I owe you an apology. The Lions, you are not who I thought you was. I didn't know your worth. Now I know. You are very, very good. And I got to give it to D as well. The Bears are coming up. Like I say, 2 wins in a row. Salute to the Bears. They barely won this one, but they won. A win is a win, Craig. You know what I'm saying? All right, next subject as we go back to this right here. Let's go to the WNBA. That's the latest thing, man. I don't know if y'all have been watching the WNBA playoffs. These games have been ultra exciting. Ultra exciting. They've been very, very good. Phoenix versus the Lynx. Controversial games, but very, very good. Listen, man. Phoenix some goons out there, bro. The Phoenix Mercury are goons. Alyssa Thomas is, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but she was very, very aggressive and strong with Nafisa Collier. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk more about Nafisa Collier too, Etherin, the commissioner of the WNBA. But that's for a later topic later on in the show. But those games, and listen, man, also I want to give y'all this. I want to say this. Big applause to the Indiana Fever to get that far without your superstar, Caitlin Clark, without secondary player, Sophie Cunningham, without 3 more other players, and to lose the best player that's been their best player this year, even better than Caitlin Clark, Miss I can't think of her name right now, Kelsey Mitchell, who's been cooking, averaging like 25 in the playoffs, shorter than me, balling, hooping. And they lose her last night. They say she's not terminally injured, but she was hurt pretty bad. Something going on with her knee and some cramps at the exact same time. And to take that team to overtime in Vegas, like, bro, when Kelsey Mitchell got hurt, I went to sleep. I thought it was over. They took them folks to overtime. Big salute to the Fever, man. That team is going to be a problem next year. Big salute to them. Mr. G said Wilson got to lead the Aces. The Aces are getting old very quickly, except for Wilson. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? They need to get them girls the bag. Hey, we'll talk about that later. But yes, yes, D. Yep. I fully agree. But the playoffs for the WNBA has been outstanding. Great games. Very compelling games. High competition. A little way too many fouls for me, but it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Way more physical than the NBA right now. I can't front. Them girls play hard. But these girls can hoop. If you don't like the WNBA, I get it. But if you like basketball and you actually watch it, these girls can ball. I get it. Nobody is dunking. That is not what all the NBA is about. These girls can ball. These girls are very, very, very good. Very, very, very good and very, very competitive. And, they about to go into I forgot what you call it. Well, I'm going to say they're going to end up in a lockout because they trying to get their money together. I forgot what you call it. Collective bargaining agreement. It's coming up. It got to be up by December. And I think this is headed to a lockout, and this is the worst thing for that league. But for presently, this is the all-time high of the WNBA. Think about it. The people who drive viewers to the WNBA, the great players, like, or the players that, not just great, but the very popular players. Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying? My girl, Angel Reese, and the young girl, Paige Beckers. None of them are playing in the playoffs. But they was on a Sunday on ABC during football season and still got numbers. This thing is about to blow up. Now, they need to get their stuff together, but it's about to blow up. So a big salute. I'm going to give them a round of applause one more time because the season ain't over. They're about to go into the finals. I think it's going to be a good finals. I think Phoenix going to mess around and win because I don't know if everybody on the Aces is going to be able to deal with that type of physicality. And Phoenix seems like a team of destiny right now to me. I'm going to be honest. Even though I think there's more talent per se on the Aces, I think Phoenix is very, very tough. And that Sabu Sabali girl, the light-skinned chick for the Phoenix, she's very nice, very skilled. Bonner is playing good, as well as Alyssa Tyler. Alyssa Tyler is just a beast out there. She out there Draymond and folks with a little bit more skill. I'm going to just say that. So, big salute to the WNBA. Next subject, MLB, Major League Playoffs. Look, we're in a wild card part of the playoffs. Just started yesterday, I believe. And this is what happened yesterday. I'm going to give y'all the scores. Yesterday, the Detroit Tigers played the Guardians. Guardians had a miracle run to even get into the playoffs. They went from like out of the playoffs to in the playoffs, past Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Who were in their division and got to the first game. Now, they lost to Detroit game 1. I don't know what's happening today because there are some games going on, but I am live right now. I can't look at it. So, also, the Padres played the Cubs. First Cubs win in like 10 years in the playoffs, and they beat the Padres 3-1. Then the Red Sox played the Yankees. That is a big rivalry game. Red Sox and Yankees do not like each other. Yankees took that L. You know what I'm saying? 3-1. Red Sox win. Wind is not a word. The Red Sox won. There we go. And then the last game that happened yesterday was the Cincinnati Reds versus the LA Dodgers. And with no surprise, the Dodgers won 10-5. The Dodgers are always awesome. 93-69. I can't remember who they pitcher is. Clayton Kershaw. Thank you, Lord. Clayton Kershaw, this is his swan song season. He's trying to get out, as a winner. He's always not very, very good in the playoffs. But, hey, salute to him. He had a great career, Clayton Kershaw, although he didn't win a whole lot in the playoffs. Last subject, NBA. As for the NBA, we had the NBA training day and media days was all on Monday. Some of them started last week. Zion and them was, Ali Marmar need to go. Hey, they already got rid of Mozeliak. Yeah, they might as well clean all house. Higgins, I agree. For the Cardinals. Cardinals should not be out the playoffs this much. I don't like that as a Cardinals fan. I was a Cardinals fan before I even moved to St. Louis. I'm not used to the Cardinals not being in the playoffs. Things got to change. Anyway, in the NBA, like I say, media day was Monday and last Friday for some of the teams that was playing overseas, but also Monday. A lot of stuff went on, man. Basically, the high points, they interviewed Kawhi Leonard about all this stuff that was going on with the money on the side. They asked him about Uncle Dennis getting money. He just said no comment. He really ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And what can he say? It's obvious what happened there. We ain't gonna go all the way into it, but that's what happened with that. We saw Zion, skinny Zion. Hopefully he'll stay skinny. Hopefully he don't get injured, and hopefully he'll have a good season. We also heard something about my man, big guy for the San Antonio Spurs, whatever his name is, Wembanyama. Talking about he worked out with Olajuwon, he worked out with Kevin Garnett, and he worked out with some monks, which, shouldn't matter for basketball, but whatever. He told everybody he worked out with monks. He's out there with a bald head and some sandals on hooping. I mean, okay, good. That is one thing, before I move on, get into the soapbox. That's one thing that really scares me about Wemby, man. He is kind of artsy. He has all the tools. They did all these lists here recently about the NBA, man. They had him like a top 5 player in the NBA. And this one where they never went to the playoffs. Like, I totally disagree on that. I just totally disagree on that. How can you be top 5 and you never took your team to the playoffs? Bro, win something. You can't be top 5 just because you long and we think you're going to be good. I hate that. That's why I'm so glad the season is actually starting and we get past all these stupid lists and ranking lists where they got people all misranked and out of order and where they shouldn't be. Anyway, moving on for that, man. I think that's everything for our NBA stuff. Higgins did say something. He said, as a Heat fan, can we just skip to the 2026 season? Brother, y'all gonna be getting that draft pick. That's all I'm gonna say. Wifey says she's talking about Zion. He on that Ozempic or some GLP-1. I'm sure he is. You know what I'm saying? Or he could have stopped messing with all them Instagram thoughts and his mind is clear. One or the other. Or that brother stopped eating so much. And you know what it really is? I'm going to say this and we'll move on to the soapbox segment. You know why Zion is skinny? It's a contract year. You know anything about the NBA? People get skinny. They lose weight. They get all extra focused Because it's a contract year. They're trying to get their bread. And then when they get their bread, he started eating Burger King and McDonald's like he's been doing the last 4 years all over again. But with that being said, man, let's get into our soapbox segment. Stop talking about fat. Oh, I forgot one thing. One last thing. Top 10 rankings in college football. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Oregon. Number 3, Miami. Number 4, Ole Miss. Ole Miss has jumped up with a big win over LSU last weekend. Number 5, Oklahoma. Number 6, Texas A&M. Number 7, Penn State. Number 8, Indiana. Number 9, Texas. Number 10, Alabama. One name that is missing out of here is Florida State. Florida State had a horrible loss to Virginia, where on one side in overtime, I think they shouldn't have lost. And here's why. That was a controversial play where a receiver caught the ball in bounds. He kind of bobbled it, but that was for a moment. He had that ball, and he bobbled it and went out of bounds. They ended up not counting it. This is college. This is not the NFL. It's not the NFL. I get you got to go through the whole play in the NFL, but this is college, man. Man, you got this ball for more than 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippis, man. That's a touchdown, in my opinion. If all you got to do is touch the pylon to break the plane to be a touchdown, I think, man, you hold that ball for a few minutes and they don't knock it out your hands, that should be a touchdown. But I'm not going to say Florida State got robbed. They didn't get robbed. And here's why they didn't get robbed. You shouldn't have been that close to an unranked team. They tricked off that game, and they got what they deserve, and now they out of the top 10. But anyway, now we will go to our soapbox segment. Mr. G says he thinks that Deion Sanders is leaving Colorado after this season. He will use his health to justify an excuse. I don't disagree with that, and here's why I don't disagree with that. Because he hates losing. But I think if he really, really want to be a good coach, he need to stick it out and learn how to win. That's my opinion. But he ain't going to do it. He's going to do exactly what Mr. G said. He's going to dipset. All right, man, let's get into our soapbox segment. And listen, as we go into this soapbox, I want your soapboxes. Put it in the chat for me real quick. Put the soapbox in the chat because I'm going to give you mine. I want to hear yours. All right, here we go to our soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, this is our soapbox segment when normally me and Rob will go back and forth for 2 minutes, but it's going to be just me today, and I want to hear you in the chat. Tell me what your soapbox is. What is getting on your nerves, or what is your soapbox about sports? As normally, my brother Rob will go right into the sports type of soapbox, and I normally go into whatever on my mind. Today, it's going to be like normal. I'm going whatever on my mind. Like, there's a timer that look like this, and when it's over, it's just over because I ain't got no buzzer yet. All right, here we go with my soapbox for today. I go to a gym every day, at least 5-6 days a week. I go to the gym. I've been at it for a while. If you've been watching the Not the Same podcast or Not the Same sports show for a while, over a year, you know I've been in my bag, working out, losing weight, getting on my fitness journey. Me and wifey have been on that for a long, long time. And it's good, and I'm happy about it. I feel good about getting gains. I feel good about lifting heavier weights and all the good things that come with working out. But here's this one thing that aggravates me about working out. We are in a time in this country where everybody has service dogs, right? Now, I made comments about service dogs before. I have nothing against dogs. If you have a dog, fine. My brother Rob has a dog. He has a nice dog. All right, I get it. Nothing against dogs. But I am of the opinion there are certain places where your dogs should stay outside. That's what I think. There are certain places where your dog needs to stay outside. Or if you bring your dog inside, you need to bring a mat with you where your dog can sit down on the mat or something. All this comes from, there's a man at my gym that brings his service dog in all the time. Emotional support dog. He comes in. His voice is very, very high, very, very light. Number one word need to get some bass in his voice. Number two, he comes in and everybody says, "Oh, the dog," and they play with the dog, and he feels good about that. Then he walks around and does all his workouts with the dog tied to his arm, and the dog sit there or he'll sit down. I'm cool with all that. Here's what my problem is. After I got through working out, I went to the back to the locker room. I go to take off my clothes. I'm about to take a shower. I look on the bench where all of us sit after we work out. And guess what's sitting on that bench? That dog. That dog with his outside body, that dog with his balls on our bench. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why you didn't put out on the mat? That means all your dog's germs, all your dog's hairs are all over the bench. And people who have dogs don't recognize that people that don't have dogs don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate dogs. I love dogs, but I don't have one. Look, man, if you got your dog and you go to the back of the place where you when you changing your clothes and all that, and you want to sit your dog on the bench, pull out a mat. Bring out your little doggy thing. You know, everybody who has a dog, they got like a little mat where they sit their dog on, where the dog don't get their stuff all over the place, right? But this one word, don't let his dog just sit right there on the bench where we change clothes at, where we sit down at. This nasty. It got on my nerves. And I know doggone well they're not going to kick him out because it's legally they can have the emotional support dog. Have your emotional support dog. He ain't got to put his dirty balls on the bench. I'm sorry, I know no other way to say this. That is nasty and it's disgusting, and you just want attention. Man, get out of here. Let's get into our debate view segment. All right, before I start my debate feud segment, I'm gonna go into all the soapboxes that y'all said because I want to give it to y'all. All right, 2 people said the government shut down, and I know these people work for the government, and I agree with y'all. I'm not gonna go into it because y'all work for a government. I don't want y'all to get in trouble, but it's trash. That's all I say. That every 6.5 months we have one of these, and I think it's stupid. Let's see. Hager said that ain't no dang service dog. You ain't supposed to let anybody play with your service dog. I agree with that. I fully agree with that. And he does it every single time. Nasty one. I hate it. All right. And then D said dog balls. Yes, dog balls. They ain't got to be on the bench, but I hate that. Wifey says, what's on my mind? People asking for a tip, but I ain't done nothing. Bro, I ain't tipping you on GP. First of all, facts. You shouldn't get tipped on GP. Let's see. And then Hager said, I love my dog, but I ain't going to take her to, and even if I take her to the park when there's too many people around, like for the balloon glow in Forest Park. Yeah, but anyway, basically what he's saying is your dog is your dog, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have nothing against people having a dog, loving a dog. Dogs are some of the most loyal creatures on earth. A lot of times dogs are more loyal than people, and I get that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you ain't got to put your dog's balls where we got to sit. That's all I'm saying. All right. This is our debate feud segment where normally me and Rob, but today is going to be me and everyone in the chat debate over a particular subject like you will see on the screen in a minute. We have a timer that look like that right there. When it's over, there ain't no buzzer. We're going to move on to the next thing. All right, first subject for tonight. Here we go. Should NFL games end in a tie? Why or why not? Should NFL games end in a tie? Why or why not? I normally say Mr. Davis right here. I'm going to say Mr. Mars because I am he, Mr. Mars. Listen, man, I don't think NFL games should end in a tie. This is a professional sports league. This is not soccer. I understand football is the game of the whole country, of the whole world, Craig, and I get it. It is the most popular sport in the whole world. Soccer is different than football. I don't care if people get injured. I don't care if people get hurt. I don't care. It should be a winner. I think it should be a winner. I think it is totally stupid that the Cowboys and the Packers tied. I think it is so stupid. It shouldn't have ended with a tie. I get they went to overtime. I don't care if they go to 5 overtimes. One word. Somebody got to be. It has to be a winner. There has to be a winner, man. I just do not like not having a winner when the game is over. And you got like a tie game, and now you trying to get all these people together where we're going to figure out who's got the best ranking. Okay, you 14-1-5. You know what I'm saying? 15-1-5. It should not be 3 numbers when it comes to wins and losses. It should be wins and losses. It's not wins, ties, and losses. You know what I'm saying? It's not wins, ties, and losses. I hate that. It is totally stupid. So I think they should play till there's a winner, period. This is not soccer, as I say again. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat and see what y'all say. Oh, starting on the football thing. Okay, D says, absolutely not. She don't think it should be a tie. She agrees with me. My brother Rob, my co-host, you know what I'm saying? As he said earlier, he's not here because he's having internet issues and things done in his home. He is not just skipping out, leaving your brother hanging. It's not like that. Just in case you was thinking it. First, he said, no, let them play till winter. He agrees with me. D agrees with Rob, who also agrees with me. Let's see. Angel Dial says she agrees as well. Hagen says, hold on, I'm trying to put it up. Excuse me, y'all. He said, I don't mind ties, but I think they should have made the Packers and Cowboys play until it was a winner because the Parsons and Jerry feud. Brother, if you say that about that game, you should say it about all other games. I get it, though. I agree with you. I just think it should be a winner. That's my opinion. Let's see. D says, like baseball, playing to the wee hours or until someone wins. I fully agree. Wifey says, and I fully agree with this, no tie games, ain't no participation awards over here. Hashtag no. Exactly. Let's see. Miss G say they should play sudden death after initial tie. Okay. Yeah. I ain't mad at that. I don't care how you get to it. I don't care if you have a field goal, kickoff, whatever. I don't care if you do like college and you start at the 35-yard line. I don't care. We got to have a winner. If the college football team can have a winner, the NFL should. That is the pro league. That's my opinion. It should not end in a tie. I think that is just the weakest, softest way to end the game, man. I think it should have been ended in a way better way, in a whole better fashion. It's goofy to me that it ends in a tie because you don't know who's better at the end of the day. Because the Packers was running the Cowboys at first. All of a sudden the Cowboys come back. And now we just got a tie. So we don't know if the Cowboys are actually better. We don't know if the Packers are actually better. We say, well, the Packers won, most of the games, so they're actually better. No, we don't know. We need a winner. We need a winner, man, at the end of the day. Hagen says, 4 score wins, go back to the old overtime. First score wins, go back to the overtime rules. I ain't mad at that. Wifey says you need a definite winner. I fully agree. Punt return the showdown. So whoever can punt return it, win the game. That's what Mr. G say. Hey, man, I don't care what you come up with. I don't care what you do, dog. What I will not accept is this right here. When you say, well, we can't do it because players can get hurt. Dog, you a professional. You get paid to be in shape. In the NFL, it's a contact sport. Everybody knows injuries happen, period. Let's see. Hagen say, come on, see, we know the Packers are a better team than the Cowboys, though. We know, but you know who don't know? The score. The score doesn't prove it. Well, our eyes prove it, but at the end of the day, it's a tie. So nobody wins. It's just like, this is participation trophy. Like Wifey said, man, I don't like that crap, man. That's garbage. It's garbage. All right. And then, like D said, it may determine a wild card spot. That's what I'm saying. We need to have an actual winner. NFL need to do something about that. All right, my bad. Let me go to the next subject here as I remove this topic. Next subject here. Are the Ravens actually bad this season, or are they just in a funk? Are the Ravens, and I need y'all help on this, are the Ravens actually bad this season, or are they just in a funk? My opinion, they're bad. They're bad. Because they are doing things that teams that don't know how to win do when they lose. You know like how bad teams that hang in a game, or like in the NBA when there's a young team, and they're playing like a veteran team, they end up playing like a team like OKC. They was championships, and OKC just kind of playing around with them the whole game, and then the fourth quarter they turn up and they win the game. And the young team don't know how to win. That's how the Ravens are playing, except they're supposed to be the good team. They're supposed to be the team that's doing that to other people. I just think, like Mr. G said, their defense is horrible. They keep running the ball. You know what I'm saying? My man, the coach is looking questionable right now, in my opinion as well. So I think they're just not that good. The Ravens are known for defense. Ray Lewis, you know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis, all these people that are known for defense, that is their identity. It's kind of like the Steelers, my team, known for defense. We think, the offense is okay, they can run the ball and all that, but the identity of that city and of that team is defense, the Ravens. And their defense is not good, and that's not a good look. All right, I'm going to go to the chat like y'all said. Like I said I would. Like I said, Mr. G says their defense is horrible. Rob says, go back and look at my takes this season. And then Mr. G thinks the offense is just in a funk, though. Okay. Hagan says, were the Ravens ever really good as we thought they were? They don't win in the playoffs, and they've been pretending for years now. You know what? Hagans, I think you're right. I think you're right. Because if you don't win in the playoffs, who cares? Who cares? It's kind of like my team, the Steelers, get to the playoffs every year and lose. And nobody ever thinks they're going to win nothing. The Ravens look good. Lamar Jackson has won MVP. I think he's been an MVP level quarterback at times. But when the big game hits, they don't win. Now, last year, when they was in the playoffs, I don't blame that on Lamar. His players dropped balls. I'm not going to blame that on Lamar. But all these other years, I could blame it on Lamar. And Rob said, he said they were done. That's what he said earlier in the year. Mr. G said 2 key defenders are out this year. Okay. Angel Dow, like me, let's go Steelers. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, my bad. I don't even think the Steelers are actually that good, but we just keep winning. It's just something about, Aaron Rodgers has been okay. Steelers win by the hair of their chin. They should have blew that team out they played against Sunday morning out there overseas, and they let them come all the way back. That was goofy. But anyway, wifey say, like nothing about them this year. She don't like nothing about them this year except their colors. They make for some fresh J's. Talking about the Ravens. She's silly. All right. Ms. G say Lamar doesn't know how to balance his run versus throws. And you know who that goes to? Coach and offensive coordinator. But eventually the coach. Now they get rid of the offensive coordinator, bring in another one, but it's on coach, man. Lamar been in the league, 7-8 years? Won a couple of MVPs? Coach should make him do that. That's what I think. And then and Hagen says pause. Y'all know why. But yeah, I think the Ravens are actually bad, man, for a myriad of reasons. I think they got immense talent, but it's not coming together. But the biggest reason for their terrible season this year, or not so good season this year, is the defense. That's all it is. The biggest thing is the defense. The offense, like Mr. G said earlier, they can be just in the funk. They'll play good for another game. But the defense is what matters, man. That defense is just not it this year. It's just not. Just not. So to wrap it up, man, I think the Ravens are bad this year. It's not just a funk. They just a bad, man. It's just not a good team. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Here, let me cut the timer off. All right, I'm going to do NFL Impress, Depress before I get into some other topics. All right, let me get to my page right quick. All right, NFL Impress, Depress. I'm going to go with the AFC. Who am I impressed with in the AFC? Got to be the Buffalo Bills. 4-0. They're playing good. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback is awesome. Team is awesome record-wise. I don't think the team is as good as great, but Josh Allen is that good, and he is dragging that team into greatness, making them play very, very well this year. Unflawed. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're a very, 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 very good team. My honorable mention as impressed for the AFC, I would say, let me look here. Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones looked like a new man. Who would have ever thought that dude would be this good? All he had to do was get a line. You know, the quarterback that they had, the quarterback that played for Florida, my guy, you ain't getting your job back. Daniel Jones is playing good. They are 3-1. And that I thought it was fluky. It is not fluky. That team is good. Daniel Jones looked better. And that was my backup or my honorable mention for impress in the AFC. All right, depress in the AFC. Let me see here. I got to say the Houston Texans, man. Like, C.J. Stroud might have turned back into a pumpkin, man. Let's be real. We was talking about C.J. Stroud or the media. I know I'm part of the media now, but the media in general, national media, was talking about C.J. Stroud like he's the next great quarterback. You know, he may end up being like Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying, because he was good his first year. We've talked about this a lot of times. When that tape get out, things change. Now, I know the defense ain't what it used to be. Some things changed or whatever, but at the end of the day, bro, y'all ain't looking the same. That's who I'm depressed with in the AFC. Also, who am I depressed with in the AFC? The Titans. You are trash. You got the number 1 pick. Your own quarterback said we are. Well, I ain't gonna cuss on here, but he just said we suck. We suck. Number 1 quarterback in the league, Cam Ward, say we suck. We just cheeks right now, and they are, and it's a shame. They shouldn't be that bad. All right, impressed in the NFC. Got to say the Philadelphia Eagles. Period. Point blank. Period. They're 4-0. They're good. They win blowouts. They win close games. They just win. They find a way. You say we're going to stop Jalen Hurts from running. He throws the ball. Stop him from throwing. He runs the ball. You know what I'm saying? We can't throw deep. He'll throw in close passes. You know what I'm saying? He does it all. He's a very smart quarterback. He's not great. Like, everything he does is not pretty, but he is a winner. And I always show love to that guy. I just think he's great. Honorable mention, Detroit Lions. Could be 4-0. You know, they had one bad game. Now they're looking great again. I think they're going to be right back. And I already had to apologize once earlier in this show. So, hey, salute to you. Depressed in the NFC. Let me see here. I would say the Panthers, but, you know. I'd say the Giants. I thought the Giants would have been better. Now, I do love the fact that they won. They put in rookie quarterback Jackson Dart, and he looked a little bit better. He did look like he kind of pulled a hammy a little bit, but I think he'll be all right. But he was running the ball. He was more lively. He was throwing the ball. The offense looked a little bit better. I think they shouldn't have waited so long to go to him. Russ is done. Hey, go home, be with your wife, bro. It's done. You done. You know what I'm saying? The Giants, I think, toast, man. Like fresh baked cookies. You done, homeboy. And then also my honorable mention for who I'm depressed with in the NFC. Although they tied the Cowboys, your defense is horrible. Your offense is good, but your defense is horrible. And your whole season is stupid because your pride got in the way with your owner trading away Micah Parsons, who would have made your defense at least a little bit better. And I think it's just bad. And I think both of those guys, Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons, miss each other. I think he missed being with the Cowboys. It just shouldn't have happened. But they pride got in the way. All right, let me look at the check, man, because I've been going. I ain't seen nothing y'all been saying. Let me go all the way back. All right, go back to Rob. Rob said he impressed with the Bills. Then Hagen says impressed with the Eagles, finding every way they can to win games like champions do, unlike the Ravens. This is very, very true. I can't say that. I can't disagree with it. Mr. G said he beating them Sunday night. Yeah, we'll see, Mr. G. Rob said he depressed with the Ravens. I can see that. Hagen says Anthony Richardson is going to be a career backup now. Yep. Absolutely. Miss G says Daniel Indiana Jones. Hey, Daniel Jones look like he got a whole new lease on life, bro. Whole new lease on life. And that's what a line do for you. Have an actual line. All right. Rob also says impressed with the Eagles. Eagles fly, but they winning. Eagles flap, but they winning. All right. Nah, yeah, they winning. At the end of the day, they winning, bro. We can't say nothing else about it. Let's see. Hagen said, I'm afraid they're going to do the same thing to Daniels that they did to Stroud, crown them too soon. Yep. Oh, Jaden Daniels. You might be right, bro. You might be right. They did crown him too soon. He said, Mr. G, Eagles cheat with the false start with the tush push. Hey, listen, I do love the Eagles, but I'm sorry, Higgins.
He ain't lying.
This is facts. All right. Let's see. Hagen says special teams been saving us with these last couple of weeks. This is very, very true. D says the Bears. She got to say it. I don't blame her. The Bears been looking a lot better. Mr. G said Rob apologized to the Lion fans. And Rob had to say, yes, you're right, sir. And then, let's see. Russ ain't done. One word, got goodies. He got goodies at home, but he ain't got goodies on that field. I'm sorry, bro. D says Cowboys are trash, and I say, uh-huh. And then Mr. G says Sierra ain't going to let Russ retire. I mean, he could be career backup because, you know, he got to keep bringing the money in. But, you know who the breadwinner of that house is now, and it ain't Russ no more. Let's see. Cowboys could have won that game if Parsons was on their side of the field. I agree. 100%. And it ain't cheating if you don't get caught. He talking about the tush push. And
he ain't lying.
Yeah. All right, man. That's the impress depress at NFL. We're going to move on to the WNBA, man. Here we go. Was Nafisa Collier's rant a warranted one? Was Nafisa Collier's rant a warranted one? All right, now look, I have a graphic up here. First of all, if I got your phone number and I send you this, just know it's about to go down. If you see this picture that you see on the screen and I send you this meme, know I'm about to go off because Lil Mama did not hold nothing back. She did what you called a Nas type ether. Remember the Nas and Jay-Z battle? That's what she did. She did an ether of the commissioner, Kathy Eaglein, whatever her name is. But yeah, she snapped. Now, I'm gonna read through some of the things she said while I got this up here. So, Minnesota Lynx got put out of the playoffs a couple of days ago, and on her exit interview, Nafisa Collier blasted WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert for the worst leadership in the world in a resounding statement that sent shockwaves around the league on Tuesday. Here's a couple of points that she said. She said, we had the best players in the world. We had the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. She said, reading from a prepared statement. She came out with paper, dog. You know what I'm saying? She was not playing with you one words. She came out with a prepared statement, and Lil Mama stood all the way on business. She said, Collier, she's one of the faces of the league and a runner-up for the WNBA Most Valuable Player for the second season in a row. And she is on the Players Union. She's part of that, too. All right? And she criticized the league office for a lack of accountability. She said, I want to be clear. This conversation is not about winning or losing, she began. And then she said, the real threat to our league isn't money. It isn't ratings or even missed calls or even physical play. It's a lack of accountability from the league office. She also revealed a conversation she had with the commissioner, and the commissioner made alarming comments in a conversation in February about the players' compensation, an unsettled issue for a new collective bargaining agreement between the WNBA Players Association and the WNBA. Collier wanted to know why players like Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever, Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky, and Paige Beckers of the Dallas Wings aren't making more money while they're on rookie contracts. The reason she's saying that because they drive massive ratings to that league. So why are they making so little money? Look, they making like $75,000, $65,000 a year. Most people on this show that's watching this show make more than that. Okay? Anyway, she said, I asked how she planned to fix the fact that how she planned to fix the fact that Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little in their first 4 years. Her response, this is the commissioner, Caitlin should be grateful that she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. All right, let me come back to the screen here. All right, Lil Mama is out her mind, bro. And I ain't talking about Nafisa Collier. The leadership is out of her mind. That last statement was atrocious. You gonna tell me, or you gonna tell her, Caitlin Clark, that she said literally, she should thank her lucky stars or give praise to her lucky stars that she is in the WNBA and she's able to make this type of money away from the WNBA. Caitlin Clark specifically would have made that money if she played for the Big Three. She would have played for any league. She would have made that money because she was selling out football arenas in college. She different. And the points that, to me, Nafisa was making was warranted, and this reason why. And I understand what Mr. G said. That was a private conversation been brought to the light. They are in a contract negotiation. Here's one reason why this happened, and one of the main reasons. She's trying to win the negotiation, so she's trying to get the people on her side. But here's the other part. She wasn't lying. This is the truth. And when Kathy Engelhart, whatever her name is, made her statement today, she never denied nothing that was said, which means Lil Mama said that. Now, if she was lied on, she would have been like, no, what she said was wrong. I love Nafisa, but this. I get it. I think what Nafisa did was good in the sense of shedding light to the world what is really going on with the WNBA. Me and Rob have said many times on this show that their leadership is trash. They're not capitalizing on what's going on. Me and Rob had one of the few real debate feuds that took our show way over 7 o'clock here, or way over an hour moment because of things that they were marketing that they shouldn't have been marketing. We think the leadership is not good. But I will say this on the other side for Nafisa Collier. I think it was good. I think it was warranted. But I don't know if she will get the support from leadership and owners that she wants. But the players, they all going to back her. But one person, I'm going to get to the comments after this. One person said no comment. The biggest player in the league, Caitlin Clark. She said no comment. Now, that could be that her team was playing that night and she didn't want to talk about it at this time or whatever. It could be that she's probably one of the most wealthy WNBA players that ain't even playing right now. Or it could be she's just waiting for a prepared statement. I don't know. It looks like to me that the league is rushing or going to end up in a lockout. I really hope not, because this is the biggest support they've ever had in the league's existence. I hope they work it out. But I do think they should make more money in comparison to the NBA is basically 50-50. The NFL is similar. A lot of sports are basically 50-50. And what I mean, revenue sharing, basically 50-50. WNBA is nothing like that. Now, WNBA doesn't make as much money as the rest of these leagues. But look, little mamas, these women should be making more than $100,000. Now, here's the negative side about this, where I can see where someone could say, why should you make $100,000? You don't play a whole season. I get that. You only play over the summer. That's a good point. I get that. But the revenue that you're bringing, the ticket sales that you're bringing warrants money. That's what it's about. At the end of the day, new TV contract came because people have been watching. So these big networks were willing to pay to get these people because people are watching. They're driving content and things like that. Let me go to the chat because it's going, I ain't said nothing. I just been talking. All right, I'm going to go all the way back. I know if you said something, you hearing it late, I just got to it. All right, Rob says she was absolutely correct on this. And then Miss G said, shaking my head, Rob, slap upside the head. And then, he talking about something else. He said, I'm sorry I couldn't get on, but my bro holding it down. Yeah, it's all good, bro. We rolling. D says she was absolutely right. Mr. G says the private conversation should maybe been kept quiet. Maybe. I think on this, I can't fully disagree with you, Mr. G, because something that someone says in private shouldn't be made public, because we don't know what Nafisa said in private. And that's the only thing. Did she reveal all what she said in private? You know what I'm saying? Now, Nafisa is a businesswoman. She helped start the Unrivaled League with her husband. You know, so the reason, now she is somebody important. That's why she has the ear of the commissioner, because she is that level of boss. But I don't fully disagree with that, Mr. G. I can't fully disagree with that. Rob says she kept it quiet until she was dismissed. Okay. Let's see. Hagan says she too in her feelings to make a good business decisions for the league, and that last comment lets us know that. Okay. And then Rob says Caitlin was political. She did the Michael Jordan thing. I fully agree with that. And he says, think about it. Let's see. And Hager says exactly what I just said. Caitlin might be playing the MJ role. Leave me out of this. I just want to play ball in peace. Or like MJ said when he was playing, Republicans buy shoes. And then let's see. Rob says contract was NBA also though, bro. Yes. NBA owns 60% of the WNBA. So we got to look at that. Wifey says chess, not checkers. I can see that. And then Hager says Jerry Jones made a whole business deal in private without that man agent. Expose that mess they want to keep private. I feel y'all. Listen, my final thought on this is this. Maybe she shouldn't have went that far, but I think it was warranted to get what they need. I think these women are grossly underpaid. Whether they play long enough season or whatever, whether all these players deserve what they get or not, I think they're grossly underpaid. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. This is not the old WNBA. It's a new WNBA. People are watching it. People are interested. And I just think it got to be better. All right, we're going to move on to the last subject of the night. And I have a video for this. I'm going to play it in a minute. But was the play where Nafisa Collier got hurt a foul or not? A foul or not? All right, hold on one second. Let me move a few things so y'all can see this when I put this up. All right, here we go. I'm going to play the video right quick. Here we go. So I thought y'all could hear me. There's a better look at it right there. She goes through, steals the ball, lays it up, and that was basically game, set, match. She walks off. She got a couple of torn ligaments. She's hurt. She's riding around in a scooter right now. So the question is, was the play where she got hurt a foul or not? Was it a foul or not? What do y'all think as I go back to my screen? What do y'all think about this? Was it a foul or not? Rob says it was a foul, but not a it was foul, but not a foul. My thoughts on this here, man. That particular play was not a foul. If you watch that whole game, oh, she was fouling her all night. She was Detroit Pistons style playing defense on her, right? So that last play, she happened to get hurt, but it wasn't a foul because she got the ball first before the contact happened. So in my opinion, that wasn't a foul. Now, if she would have made the contact, then got the ball, that would be a foul. But because she hit the ball first, then she hit her, that wasn't a foul. It was just an unfortunate coincidence, in my opinion. But most of that game, was she getting fouled? Yeah. Most of the game, she was definitely getting fouled. But right there, in my opinion, that was not a foul. That was nowhere near a foul, in my opinion. She just got hurt. At the end of the day, and in that particular game, that coach lost her mind. She got kicked out. She tried to fight. Basically, you know what I'm saying? She got so crunk in that with her suspension, she got suspended one game. That's how crunk she got. She got on the podium, cussed out the league, and, dropped a few F-bombs. And do I think the coach should have did that? Yes, because she's defending her player. But that play in particular was not the problem. The plays before, Nafisa was getting put down, pushed down. She was getting bumped, like when you're in the post, she was kneeing her in the back and scooting her up. That's not, I ain't gonna say that's overly a foul, that type of play. If you play ball, that's not really a foul, it's just physical. I think this is what it proves. Nafisa wasn't ready for that physical play. Let's be real. Now, I'm saluting Nafisa for when she went off and said what she said and all that. For this play, she wasn't ready for that type of physical play. She wasn't ready for Black Air Force One energy basketball. She was not ready for that. She was not ready for that. That's all it was. And I think it was some complaining and people were upset and saying there was some bad. Now, there was some no calls, but this is the playoffs. They were playing very, very rough, but this is the playoffs. And what I would say is that she was fouled a lot in this game. That right there was not a foul. I'm going to go back to the chat. Hagan says no foul. Angel Dial said yes and no. Okay. Mr. G says no. And then Hagan says, get in the gym and start letting people run through you. That is the biggest point what Hagan just said. She was not strong enough with the ball. She was in her feelings. She started playing soft because she had been getting beat on that whole game. This is what you do to a bully. You bully them back. You fight back. And then they respect you. She'll back off. Listen, Alyssa Thomas is a very Alyssa Thomas is a very physical player, extremely physical, but she's also good. She's a winner, but she had to go back at her. That's what Nafisa Collier needed to do. She needed to go back at her with the same type energy, and I don't think she did, bro. To be honest, I don't think she went back with her. I think she kind of backed down. That's what I'm going to say. Now, she didn't back down with her comments to the commissioner and all that. Respect to that. Big applause to that. But I think they kind of got punked out. I'm going to keep it real, bro. I think Phoenix punked them out. They out-physical them. Sabat Sabali and Dewana Bonner and Alyssa Thomas, they punked them out. Punched them in the mouth and they ain't punched back. Minnesota was playing all year feeling like they was wrong last year by New York and they couldn't stand up. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stand up and they couldn't fight back and they couldn't do this. Nah, dog. If you was mad like the Spurs was that year when the Heat took that championship from them when Ray Allen hit that 3 and they came back and they ran the Heat, that's what they should have did. That's what the Lynx should have did. But to me, your leader of that team got punked out. And that's why they lost. The Lynx were a better team. The Lynx should have won. The Lynx had way more talent, bruh. Way more talent. They lost because your best player got punked out. At the end of the day, Nafisa Collier is awesome. Me and Rob been saying all season, MB Fee. We were saying that. She got all the games. She shoot the three. She playing the post and all that. And from game one, Alyssa Thomas was in her stuff, talking crazy to her in her face, and the face is just kind of smiling. Nah, you supposed to come right back. You supposed to come right back at her. That's what you do to somebody who's barking at you. You shut them up by beating them, and she didn't do it. At the end of the day, she didn't do it. All right, Rob said, as we wrap this up, I'm about to wrap up the show, that one word said Black Air Force Ones dropped the mic. Hey, it is what it is. If you hoop, you know what I mean. You be out there hooping, and some dude come out there with some black high-top Air Force Ones on. Oh, man, you gotta get ready for prison ball. You gotta get ready. But if you ain't ready, man, you'll lose. All right, man. Let me do one more thing before we get up out of here. Listen, have you ever thought I really enjoy what these guys are doing? Normally, I have my brother Rob here. He's in the chat today. He got some internet things going on. He got remodeling going on. But my brother was here with me in the comments. My wife was in here with me in the comments. All of y'all was in here with me in the comments, and I appreciate y'all. Before I even get up out of here, salute to y'all. Hey, man, I went almost a whole hour. One voice. I salute y'all, man. It was because of y'all. Y'all being in there with me, man. Y'all helped me do this thing, and I really, really, really appreciate y'all. But another way I can appreciate y'all, if y'all do what you see on the screen before we get up out of here. If you have not done it yet, number one, hit that like button. Number two, hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to Not the Same Podcast. And lastly, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we are live. Whether it's just me, or if it's just Rob, or if it's both of us, we gonna be here for y'all. And listen, if you want to invest, like plenty of people in the chat have done, go to Cash App Not the Same Podcast, or go to www.notthesamepodcast.com/support if you want to do that. If you are, because we have supporters, that's why I'm here. Because if you're supporting and you're helping us and you're investing in us, then we ain't taking no days off. I got to do the show by myself. It's all good. Rob wants to be here. Trust me. My dude ain't finna skip out on me. He can't be here because he can't be here. But with that being said, man, I am so honored. I'm so grateful for everyone for being here tonight. Like I say, once again, y'all help me out, and I appreciate y'all. I or Rob, one of us, both of us probably, maybe we'll be back tomorrow. It might just be me. We will see. But if you enjoy Christian hip hop as well as positive music, make sure you come back tomorrow night at the same time for the Not the Same Podcast, Hot Topic and Music Show, man. I almost forgot it. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all be back tomorrow night for our Not the Same Podcast, Hot Topic and Music Show. And Rob say he back tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow at the same time, same place. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Y'all have a good night. And like I said, this was Not the Same Sports Show, man. Thank y'all so much. It was an honor to be here with y'all, man. I'm out. See y'all tomorrow.
Summer, yeah. Tell them it's not the same. This the podcast, and we call it Not the Same. Faith, culture, talking sports, get it in your brain. We might debate the golden and tell you that Jesus reigns. Then I got episode about the part we not the same. Faith, culture, not the same. Boy, I feel like Robert Dean. And just like Robert been redeemed, glory to the King. I feel like C-Micah, this music with faith in it. Put the word on 808, I'm talking great. Steph Curry with the shot, boy, I'm talking long distance. Boy, you messing with a grizzly, you would think I played in Memphis. We be going back and forth, this like Serena playing tennis. But it's LLC's up in this thing, that means we stand is not the same. This the podcast, and we call it Not the Same. Yeah, this the podcast, not the same. Faith, culture, talking sports, get it in your brain. We might debate the golden and tell you that Jesus reigns. Then I got episode about the part we not the same.